Still in Rivers State, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission from conducting by-elections for the 27 defected People's Democratic Party lawmakers. The lawmakers whose seats have been declared vacant by the state's party chapter include the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Amaewhule, and 26 others said to be loyalists of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, who defected to the All Progressives Congress on December 11. The lawmakers had sought an order restraining the defendants and respondents and either third by themselves, their officials, officers, servants, agents, staff or privies from declaring vacant or taking any steps to declare vacant their seats. They also asked the court to stop INEC from conducting fresh elections to fill their seats. Well, we will come back to stories on INEC and electoral matters much later in our bulletin. But then let's continue to tell you that in the meantime, the Rivers State Elders and Leaders Forum have met on Sunday, 2023 in Port Harcourt under the leadership of His Excellency Rufus Ada George, former Governor of Rivers State. The forum reviewed the outcome of its previous meetings and follow-up actions, which include letters seeking audience with the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and Nyesom Wike, former Governor and presently Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. The forum urged President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria to consolidate on his earlier intervention, as the consequences of inaction may not only affect Rivers State, but the Niger Delta region and the federal government. According to the group, their calls to the various parties have been rebuffed.
And consideration of the issues, the forum resolved as follows. 1. The forum regretted that Governor Siminalayi Fubara nor Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, neither of them responded to our letters seeking for audience with each of them. The attempt to impeach the governor of Rivers State, barely about 6 months in office, without explaining to the good people of the state the reasons and infractions of law, is unacceptable. The forum condemns every form of violence and lawlessness in Rivers State, and therefore demand proper investigation of the crisis and those responsible.
To discuss this, I'm being joined by Eugene Ode, who is a legal practitioner. Thank you so much for joining us, Eugene.
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening.
Well, there you just listened to the Rivers State Elders and Leaders Forum briefing, lamenting the political crisis in Rivers State, and they also condemned the violence and lawlessness that they say has plagued the state as a result of the feud between the sitting governor, that is Siminalayi Fubara, and the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. What do you make of their reaction to the situation in the States?
Well, the Elders Forum, even though it doesn't have any constitutional backing and any role to play in resolving the issues that are arising in Rivers State, they play a very formidable role in advising parties to toe the line of peace and reconciliation and settlements. Now, having said that, it will be out of place to
Hello, Eugene. Hello, Eugene, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. I think there was a glitch there, but then you can continue now.
Now, what I said was that it will be out of place to describe the constitutional issues unfolding in Rivers State as a crisis. Well, so far so good. We have not heard of any violence anywhere as a result of this crisis. What we are seeing unfolding in Rivers State are just issues that can be resolved through judicial process and through dialogue and through political negotiations and settlements. And that is what is going on right now in Rivers State. Nothing unusual, nothing normal, nothing that has happened or nothing that is happening now that hasn't happened in the past before. And it was always resolved in the interest of the people of Rivers State. And if anybody is contemplating taking advantage of this situation to unleash violence on the peace-loving people of Rivers State, such a person should be discouraged. And we urge the law enforcement agencies to be on top of their game in such situation to make sure that any such attempt for breakdown of law and order is nipped in the bud. Because most of the issues that are arising in Rivers State are being litigated in different courts. You just read in the news that the Federal High Court in Abuja has issued a restraining order restraining INEC from conducting by-election to fill the vacant seats, or the seats that were declared vacant by the current Speaker of the House of Assembly. Those issues are purely legal issues, and they are purely constitutional issues that are to be resolved through judicial process and not through any other means.
Now, Eugene, let's quickly talk about that particular issue as regards the defection and what the law says. Now, we just have it on authority that a federal high court sitting in Abuja has stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission from conducting by-elections for the 27 defected People's Democratic Party lawmakers. Now, in some sources, this verdict has been declared as a backdated judgment. Now, I'd like you to clear the air as regards that, because it seems as though this judgment is in favor of a particular class or group as against what the Constitution actually says when it comes to defection and declaration of a seat vacant. Now, what do you make of that, and what does the law stipulate as regards this?
I will not want to jump into a matter that is already.
Hello, Eugene. Hello, Eugene, are you there?
A little bit of, yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm hearing. Yeah. I don't know if you're hearing me from.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Like I said, I don't want to preempt. I don't want to jump into an issue that is sub judice. I'm not in the mind of the court. I don't really know the facts that are before the court and why the court decided to make such an order. But, well, as the little law that I know, and as enshrined in the Constitution, which is the ground norm, is that if anybody defects, if any member of the legislature defects, you know, he stands to lose his seats, you know, especially if there is no division in the party sponsoring him, and the party also has not merged with any other political party. Those are the only exceptions provided by Section 68, subsection 1, paragraph 3, and Section 109, subsection 1, paragraph 3, that if there is a split in the leadership of the party at the national level, you know, and or if there's a merger between that sponsoring political party and another political party, such defection is inconsequential, the person does not lose a seat. But where there's no division in the party and where there is no merger, any such defection has legal consequences, and which is very clear in the language of the Constitution, which has been interpreted by our courts in other matters before now, particularly the case of Sunday Abegunde, Ifedayo, against the Ondo State House of Assembly, which was decided by the Supreme Court in 2015, and other judgments that have followed suit thereafter, that once a member, a legislator, defects from the sponsoring political party, he loses his seat. Okay. The consequence is that once the House has declared that seat vacant, INEC is enjoined or compelled by law to conduct a by-election to fill those vacancies. Okay. Well, like I said, these are matters of law. These are matters that are open to litigation, and it's only the courts that can rest these kind of issues. And there is no other process by which these issues can be rested other than through judicial process.
Ujinode, thank you so much for your contribution on the news.